Welcome to Fab Talk with Trish M, prophet, pastor, teacher, CEO of Trish M Enterprises, author, wife, mother, and your podcast host. If you're ready for the word, the way, and the truth, then this podcast is for you. Get ready for another level in the things of God, motivation, inspiration, and empowerment that's going to catapult you to new dimensions. Hold on tight. It's time for Fab Talk with your girl, Trish M. Hello. Hello, beautiful people. I'm super excited to be with you on today. Y'all know what time it is, y'all. Y'all know what? Look at your girl got these bangs in her hair. It's the bang. Okay, it's the bang for me. Y'all like my bangs? I'm just saying. Listen, I am super excited today to come on with Fab Talk with your girl, Trish M. It is on and popping, y'all. Thank you so much for joining me. We got some good in the hood to talk about on today. We got the yummy for your tummy. We got some necessary things that's going to bring in the bling. I made that up off the top of the dome, okay? Listen, it's time for Fab Talk with Trish M. Go ahead and share this broadcast with somebody because somebody needs to hear all about it. Somebody needs to know what thus said the Lord. Somebody needs next level inspiration and motivation in their life, okay? So share the broadcast, start a watch party, let all your fabulous friends know that I am live. Thank you for tuning in. If you're on Facebook, if you're on Instagram, holla at your girl. If you're on YouTube, if you're on Twitter, if you are on Spotify, Apple Podcast, I see y'all. Thank y'all for tuning in. It is Fab Talk with your girl Trish M. And listen, today our topic is all about vision. I'm going to give you some power today. Some nuggets that's going to help catapult you into another realm of what God is doing in this season, this time, and this hour. Listen to me. If we're going to see vision manifested, there are some things that we're going to have to do. So on today's podcast is all about vision, but I want to talk to you about concepts of vision, and I want to talk to you about process of vision, because there are some concepts that we have to make sure that we are aware of, and then we also have to make sure that we are aware of process. All right, so process is a whole nother thing, because a lot of times we don't like process. All right, but one of the things, vision is so important and is so powerful. Everybody, y'all know that in Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 3, it says, "For still the vision awaits its appointed time. It hastens to the end. It will not lie. If it seems slow, wait for it. It will surely come. It will not delay." I think that that's a very important part that we have to understand. You know, that part where it says, if it seems slow. It's funny how there's a seems in there, because a lot of times when we're believing God for something next level, it's funny how it always seems, well, not always, a lot of times things seem like they're taking a while to manifest. Yeah, like, have you been in a season where you have been waiting on God and waiting on God and waiting on God for something to manifest, and it seems like it just ain't happening? Like, but it's funny how the scripture says, if it seems slow. And I know one of the reasons why it may seem slow, because we look at it according to our timing. Come on, somebody. We look at vision according to our timing and not God's timing. Because if it may seem slow to us, because our timing says that it would have happened last year. It would have happened 2 years ago. It would have happened last week. Our timing lets us know that, yeah, come on now. Why is everything not manifesting? Why is everybody having the vision or the dream that I desire? Why are they seeing manifestation and I'm not? Because in our minds, it seems slow, but to God, come on, somebody, the vision has perfect timing to manifest. I said this on Sunday.
Could you say that again? My apologies. I couldn't hear what you said.
That's my watch trying to talk to me. But anyway, I said this on Sunday. I said vision and time and season have to marry. They have to mingle for vision to manifest, because you can have a vision for something and be in a season for that thing for a long extended time. And to us, that time could be so extended because, again, it's in our timing and it's not God's timing. So we have to make sure that vision seems slow when it's in our time, but when it's in God's time, it's perfect. So that's one of the things that Habakkuk tells us. He said, if it seems slow, wait for it. He had to encourage us to wait for the manifestation, because if we don't get this encouragement, a lot of times we'll give up and we'll just hang it up. I have been in a situation where I have been believing God for some things, and there are times where I just wanted to say, this sucks, like time and season not coming together. They're not being best friends right now. This sucks. That waiting process can suck so bad, right? So one of the things I do want to reiterate is that sight is a function of the eyes, but vision is a function of the heart. Vision is something that you sense it, you feel it, you know it from deep within. You see it without seeing it, meaning that it hasn't manifested, but you constantly see next level. You constantly see breakthrough. You constantly see it won't ever leave you. Why? Because vision is not about seeing it. That's sight. Vision is about the heart. What's in your heart? What is it that you desire from God? What is it that you truly want God to manifest in your life? Vision is a heart thing. It's not a sight thing, because if you can see it, you don't have to have a vision for it. You got to understand that if we're going to manifest vision, we cannot do vision without having faith. Come on, somebody. I said, like, vision and faith are identical twins. Like, they have to be in the womb together. Come on, y'all. They have to be in the sack together. Why? Because you can't say that you have vision for something but don't have faith for it at the same time. Why? Because vision without faith is merely a daydream. And I don't know about you, I ain't trying to just daydream. I'm trying to see dreams. Come on, y'all. We ain't trying to daydream. We're trying to see dreams manifested. So vision without faith, they cannot exist by themselves. They have to have each other, because if there is vision without faith, then it isn't vision. It's a daydream. Well, I would like that, but I just don't have the faith for it. So you got to understand that you cannot, and I repeat, you cannot have one without the other. Another concept that I want to give you, and it's a hard concept to grasp, is that vision, right? Vision wakes up opposition. Oh my gosh. Like, you mean to tell me that because I have vision for something, I'm going to have to fight for it? Absolutely. Vision wakes up opposition. Opposition often proves that you're doing something significant with your life. If you're not doing anything significant, then there's no point to have opposition. But every time God wanted to bless somebody in the Bible, literally there was opposition that they had to go through. Majority of the time, there were some things that just whoop, there it is, and it manifested. But you got to understand, when you're believing God for next level, it looks good, it sounds good, it seems good. But the problem comes when there is opposition. Opposition just simply means tension. Tension just simply means that you're going to have to fight for it. I'll give you the perfect example. When God promised the children of Israel, he promised them Canaan. He promised them a land flowing with milk and honey. But what the part that he didn't tell them, the part that he left out the part where there would be giants in the land. Come on, y'all, listen. He left out the part where they would have to fight to get the Canaan. He left out the part where they had to really tap in to get what God had for them. God left out the part when he said, I have a promise for you. I have a land flowing with milk and honey for you. I have next level blessings and breakthrough for you. This is what he told the children of Israel when he had a land flowing with milk and honey. But he didn't tell them that, listen, this blessing, though, is going to wake up opposition, meaning that the enemy is going to come for you. Trials are going to come for you. Situations are going to come for you. It's funny how God left out that part initially when he told them that there is a land flowing with milk and honey. He did later disclose that there was going to have to be a fight for the next level. He said, there are giants in the land. You're going to have to fight. You're going to have to conquer. Let me tell you something. With your vision, there is provision. I'm telling you that whatever God has brought you to for as a vision that has been placed in your heart, you got to believe without a shadow of a doubt that provision is also with that vision, but you have to trust the process. See, let me tell you, when the children of Israel had to fight giants for their promise, they weren't expecting that. They just had to do it. When you have vision, you are stirring up something. The enemy does not want to see you prosper. The enemy does not want to see your family prosper. The enemy does not want to see y'all prevail. Y'all overcome generational curses. Y'all overcome lack, overcome sickness and disease. The enemy doesn't want to see that, want you to see that. Even though you have a vision for it, even though you have a hope for it, even though you have faith for it, the enemy doesn't want you to manifest it. And so the enemy will begin to use anybody and anything, any situation. He will begin to use all of those things to come against you so that you feel the tension, you feel the worry, you feel the concern in your spirit. But God said the opposition is not there to stop you. The opposition is there to push you. A lot of times we don't want to be pushed when it comes to manifesting vision. We don't want to be pushed when it comes to manifesting dreams. We don't want the tension. We don't want the struggle. We just want it to be peaches and cream. But God said vision doesn't happen like that. Anytime I give vision, I give provision, but there is also opposition that comes in the midst of that. You got to understand that vision is going to wake up opposition. But will you stop because you don't have everything that you need for such a time as this? Will you stop because you don't have the support? Will you stop because it seemed like nothing is coming together? Will you stop, or will you continue to pursue destiny just like God told you to, so that you can manifest breakthrough, not just for you, but for somebody else? I'm telling you now that if you don't give up, we're halfway through this year, and there are some things that are still yet to manifest. But if you don't give up, you are about to be a blessing for your house and for somebody else, because people that are connected to you, they are waiting on your vision to manifest, just like you are waiting on your vision to manifest. But opposition comes, you cannot stop because somebody doesn't support you, somebody doesn't have your best interest at heart, because you don't have all the money. Listen, let me tell you something. There is something about vision that will make you figure out what to do next. There is something about vision that will give you a new strategy and a plan. Vision, the first part about vision, when I give you process, vision has to be captured. Let me say that again. Vision has to be captured. You can't let vision go until vision blesses you. I got to say that again. You cannot let vision go until vision blesses you. Capture means you got to take hold of it. You gotta like let it stay in your heart and not leave your heart. heart. You got to hold on to vision until vision blesses you. How does vision bless you? Vision blesses you by manifesting. So you got to capture vision. You got to hold on to vision no matter the situation or the circumstance. One thing I love about Jacob, y'all know Jacob in the Bible. Jacob had to capture or take hold of the one that could bless him. Listen, you know the story where Jacob grabbed a hold of God and wrestled with God all night, and and God was like, "Bro, ain't you tired? Why you keep holding on to me?" And Jacob was like, "Listen, God, I can't let you go until you bless me. Why? Because you got my vision, you got my next level, you got my destiny. You are the God of everything, and if I let you go, I won't see nothing." You got to understand that with you, things may be impossible, but with God, all things are possible. Jacob understood this concept. He said, if I am going to manifest what I want to manifest in this year, the remainder of this year, Jacob said, I got to hold on to God. I got to hold on to vision, and I can't let either of them go. Why? Because God is the visionary. He is the CEO of all CEOs. He is the one that can make crooked places straight. He is the one that can make rough roads smooth. He is the one that can dry up a whole sea and allow me to walk on it on dry land. God is the one. So I can't let go of vision, just like I can't let go of God, because with God, all things are possible. But with me, some things are possible. There are certain things that I could do in my own strength, but with God, I could do anything. So Jacob understood the concept that God is my vision. God is my next level. God is the one that's going to make a way for me. All I got to do is hold on to him with faith. I got to hold on to him, and I got to let God know that God, I ain't letting go in this season of vision until you bless me. I ain't letting go of next level until you bless me. I ain't letting go. In my best of honest, I ain't going to let go. Okay. Because God, I got to see change. I got to see breakthrough. And here's the thing about vision. Sometimes it's a lot easier to let go of vision. And why do we let go of vision? We'll say, you know what, I just put this aside. I'll wait on this next year. This ain't the time or the season. I'm just gonna put it to the side, and next year I'll come back at it. It's so easy to do that because that's a scapegoat. But God said vision doesn't change, strategy changes. Come on, somebody. You got to understand that God, don't let go of vision. Don't let go of God till he bless you. But you got to understand that sometimes in holding on, you got to change strategy, not vision. So the door that I was knocking on gave me a no. But God said, "Oh, that's the only way you thought you was going to get it? That's the only person you thought could bless you? That's the only job you thought you could keep?" God is saying, "Listen, strategy will change, but don't let vision change. If you know at the end of the day, you want a certain amount of money in your bank account, you want to be married, you want to have kids, you want to write a book, you want to, at the end of the day, you want to own something, you want to be somebody greater than you are right now. Strategy may change, but vision never changes. Now, unless you got a crazy vision that ain't in alignment with God. But let me tell you something, vision has to be captured, and you got to hold on to it until vision manifests for you. Vision manifests for you if you don't let go. Now, here's another thing. Vision has to be simplified. Sometimes we be doing too much. God said in Habakkuk 2, and the Lord answered me and said, write the vision and make it plain upon tablets, that he may run that readeth it. A lot of times we got to know what we want. We got to simplify what we want, and we got to make it plain. Sometimes we could be everywhere and we don't really know what we want. One minute we want this, the next minute we want that, the next week we this. What happened to the vision 5 years ago, last year, 2 years, 3 years ago? We can't keep wavering in vision. Y'all listen to me, because this is a very important scripture that I'm about to give you. We can't keep wavering in vision and think that God is going to bless it. God is not going to bless a wavering vision. Why? One, because he told you to make it plain. One, because he told you to simplify it. He told you to simplify vision and make it plain. Don't have people confused about what you want out of life. One minute you're up, next minute you're down. One minute you with it, the next minute you ain't. Folks don't know what you want because you don't know what you want. Your vision has to be simplified. The plan on your life, the direction has to be simplified. You got to talk to yourself, talk through the process, talk through the plan. You keep giving God a wavered vision, and God cannot bless a wavered mess. I got to say that again. God can't bless a wavering mess. God cannot bless a situation or a person that's everywhere. Okay. Like you can't have 1,000 businesses all at one time. Okay. Start with the first one. I ain't saying you can't ever have it, but start with the first one. Build the first one, and then let the first one build the next one and the next one. You gotta come simplify it. God says simplify it. Make it plain. He will not bless a wavering mess. He cannot bless a situation or a person that is everywhere. Sit down somewhere and pray and fast and ask God, the CEO of your vision, God, what we doing? How we going to do it? Give me strategy, give me plan, give me direction. Ask God what he wants you to do because you seem to be so confused. God is saying, I can't bless a wavering mess. Where did I get that from? James, the book of James, chapter 1, verse 6 through 8. And it says, and this is the King James Version. Y'all listen to this because it's very important. He said, but let him ask in faith, nothing wavering. Oh my goodness. For he that wavereth is like a wave of the sea driven and with the wind and tossed. But here's the important part. When you going back and forth with vision, verse 7 says, for let not that man think that he shall receive anything of the Lord. Come on. God just said, I told you in Habakkuk to simplify vision. I told you in Habakkuk to make it plain so that you don't confuse people when you're trying to state what you're doing, where you're going, how you're going to do it. He said, I told you to make it plain and stop going back and forth. Why? Because I cannot bless a wavering mess. This is God. Verse 7 says, for let not that man think, or woman, because he's not a respecter of persons, okay? Let not that man think that he should receive anything of God. God will not bless a wavering mess. Why? He said, because in verse 8, a double-minded man is unstable in all his ways. So what do you have to do? You have to simplify your vision. You have to make it plain. You have to do what God is telling you to do. There is a more excellent way. Sometimes you got to step away. You got to fast. You got to pray. It's okay. Things don't have to be microwaved all the time. Put it in and boom, whoop, there it is. I got this, I got that. Sometimes you got to slow cook vision. You got to slow roast it. Why? Because it's going to be juicy. It's going to be yummy. It ain't going to just bless you. It's going to bless a whole bunch of folk, okay? A whole bunch of folk is waiting on this thing to come out the crock pot. Why? Because it's going to bless the masses. And so you got to go back to the basics. You got to go back and write a system, write a plan. The vision doesn't change, the strategy changes. And you got to be okay with changing strategy. You got to find stability in your vision, because when you find stability in your vision, you find blessing in your vision. Remember, I just told you, God said, for a wavering man, let not that man think that he should receive anything of God. God said, if you're wavering, you back and forth, you don't know which one minute you know, next minute you don't. He said, I cannot bless that. Right? You got to know what you want. You got to know if you want to be married, you want to be single, you want kids, you want a business, you want to write the book, you don't want to write the book. You got to know what it is that you want, because outside of that, God cannot bless it. God cannot bless it. He says, you're too unstable. Don't think that I will bless you because you're too unstable. God cannot bless a wavering mess. Okay. So I just want to drop those couple of nuggets down for you. I got so much. If you want to go back and hear this whole word I preached on Sunday, subscribe to my YouTube page. It was awesome. It is Prophetess Trish Moore said on YouTube. I gave a whole message about vision, and I gave concepts, I gave process, I gave so many things that will help change your life. Make sure you tune in. And by the way, go ahead and tag somebody that needs to hear just this small tidbit that I gave y'all on today. Tag somebody that needs to hear, because this is about next level. This is about breakthrough. This is about favor. This is about increase, not just for me, but for those connected to me, not just for you, but for those connected to you. God wants you to be stable. God wants you to manifest dreams in the last 6 months of this year. He wants to bless you mightily. But there are things that we have to do on our end. There are things that we have to do on our end to make sure that we are positioning ourselves to win. All right, y'all, I'm going to get out of here. God bless you. Thank you so much for tuning in. Share, tag, do all of that stuff. I'm about to get out of here, but don't worry. I will be back on next week with another fabulous broadcast. All right. So y'all have a fabulous day, and I will talk to y'all on then. Thanks for tuning in to Fab Talk with Trish M. Do your girl a favor. Share this broadcast on all your social media platforms. Invite a friend to tune in. Help this podcast reach the nation. We all need Jesus, y'all. You sharing this broadcast helps me to reach the masses. If I'm blessing you, then bless your girl back. Share the broadcast. Give me a 5-star rating on Apple Podcasts. I got work to do for the King, and I need your help. I appreciate you tuning in to this segment. I'm looking forward to rocking with you on the next episode of Fab Talk with your girl, Trish M.